Welcome back to Core Concept Academy. Today we will learn how to compare fractions. That means how to decide which fraction is bigger or smaller. Comparing fractions is very useful in real life. For example, which is more, half a pizza or 1/3? 3/4 of a chocolate bar or 2/3? 2/5 of a glass of juice or 3/5? To answer such questions, we need to compare fractions. When we compare fractions, we see three different cases. Number 1, when the denominators are the same. In such cases, we simply compare the numerators. Bigger numerator means bigger value. For example, which one is bigger? 3/8 or 5/8? Let's compare the numerators. Since 5 is greater than 3, 5/8 is greater than 3/8. Now, let's visualize the same fractions with real-life example. Let's say a pizza is divided into 8 equal slices. On one side, we have 5 out of those 8 slices. And on the other side, we have 3 out of those 8 slices. So, where we got more? Of course, 5 out of 8 is more than 3 out of 8. Let's see another example. Which one is bigger? 7/10 or 4/10? Of course, 7/10 is bigger because 7 is bigger than 4. Case 2. When the numerators are the same. In these cases, we compare the denominators. But remember, smaller denominator means bigger value. For example, 3/4 and 3/8. Which one is bigger? Since 4 is smaller than 8, 3/4 is greater than 3/8. Now, let's visualize these fractions with our same pizza example. But as we have different denominators here, one of our pizzas will be divided into 4 equal slices and the other one in 8 equal slices. So, on one side, we have 3 out of 4 slices. And on the other side, we have 3 out of 8 slices. Which one looks more? Of course, 3 out of 4 is more than 3 out of 8. Let's see another example. Which one is bigger? 5/7 or 5/6? Of course, 5/6 is bigger because 6 is smaller than 7. Now, let's see case number 3. When both the numerators and the denominators are different. In these cases, we simply convert the fractions into case 1, where we have the same denominators. For example, if we have two fractions, 2/3 and 3/4. So, first we will convert them into 8/12 and 9/12. Now, as we have two fractions with the same denominator, it's easy to see that fraction with bigger numerator is actually bigger. 9/12 is bigger than 8/12. But, the question is, how did we change two fractions with different numerators and denominators into two fractions with the same denominator? Well, the answer is quite simple. We did that with the help of LCM. Least common multiple. First, we find the common denominator of the fractions using the LCM. Let's take the same example, 2/3 and 3/4. First write the multiples of the denominators. Multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12. Multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16. The smallest number that appears in both lists is 12. So the LCM is 12, and that will be the denominator of our new fractions. Now we convert both fractions into equivalent fractions with denominator 12. To change 2/3 into a fraction with denominator 12, we multiply the numerator and denominator by 4. 2 times 4 equals 8, so the new fraction becomes 8/12. Now convert 3/4. To make the denominator 12, we multiply the numerator and denominator by 3. 3 times 3 equals 9, so the new fraction becomes 9/12. Now both fractions have the same denominator. So the new fractions are 8/12 and 9/12. Now you can not only compare all kinds of fractions easily, but also convert any two fractions with different denominators into fractions with the same denominator. By the way, one important thing about LCM and product. Remember, the LCM is not always the product of two numbers. For example, 3 and 4. LCM is 12 and the product is also 12. But, in case of 4 and 6, LCM is 12, but the product is 24. So, keep this difference in mind. Number line method. This is a general method to understand and compare fractions visually. This method works for all types of fractions, whether the denominators are the same, the numerators are the same, or both are different. But, for difficult fractions, like case 3, LCM method is faster. Let's understand this method with the help of an example. Suppose we need to compare 1/4 and 3/4. First, we draw a number line from 0 to 1. Then we divide that line into as many segments as the denominator. And, as this is a case 1 comparison with same denominator, which is 4. So, the line will be divided into 4 equal segments. Then mark the given fractions on it. So, here is 1/4. And here is 3/4. This method says that the fraction that lies on the right is always greater. Since 3/4 is to the right of 1/4, 3/4 is greater than 1/4. Let's take another example from case 3, with two different denominators, 2/3 and 4/5. For the first fraction, where the denominator is 3, we will divide the line into 3 equal segments. Then mark this fraction on it. For the second fraction, where denominator is 5, we will divide the line into 5 equal segments. And then mark this fraction as well. As we can see, 4/5 is to the right of 2/3. So, 4/5 is greater than 2/3. Here is the most common mistake that some students make while comparing fractions. Either they compare only the numerators, or they compare only the denominators. Remember, always use the correct method based on the situation. Here are some practice questions for you. Which is bigger? 4/7 or 6/7? Pause the video and try. 6/7 is bigger than 4/7. Next. Which is bigger? 5/9 or 5/8? Pause the video and try. The answer is 5/8 is bigger than 5/9. One more. Which is bigger? 4/5 or 5/6? Solve this by common denominator method. Pause the video and try. After using the LCM method, the fractions become 24/30 and 25/30. So, the answer is 5/6 is bigger than 4/5. To fully master fractions, continue learning related topics like fractions explained, converting mixed and improper fractions, simplifying fractions step by step, adding and subtracting fractions, multiplying and dividing fractions, or browse the channel for the lesson you need. If this lesson helped you, subscribe to Core Concept Academy, where math and science become clear, simple, and logical. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thanks for watching. See you in the next lesson.